This is the loadout I'll be using to do all of this week's trials in a single match. These are the trials. I'm going to show you the route that I will run to do it. I'd suggest Stella Montis Night Raid. It's just easier to get around the map. And more importantly, if you don't start at the beginning of a match, it's a little bit easier to quit and try again. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do, no matter where we spawn, is... Okay, so for example, this is a really, really late spawn. So this is why I like Stella. It's just a little bit quicker to quit out. All right, we'll try that again. This is a better start. Here we go. So the priorities for us are to go to loading bay, atrium, and lobby as soon as possible. Loading bay so we can kill the bastion. But before we do that, we want to hit up the Great Mullen in atrium and lobby, because this will not respawn. It will not replenish. So we're going to need to get this first. And then what we're going to go and do is kill the bastion and the wasps. There'll be a lot of pops, ticks, and fireballs around. They are not our priority to go into this. So we want to take a look at all of these planters around the edges of atrium. And there'll be a bunch more in lobby that I'll show you as well. There's more than enough here to get the 3 stars. Hello, man. I'd really recommend you do this in PvE lobbies. It's just going to be a lot easier. You're just shooting yourself in the foot if you do this in PvP lobbies. If you don't know how to change lobbies, what you need to do is basically just run about 10 games not shooting anybody, and that will get you into friendlier lobbies. It's a bit of a, you know, there's pros and cons to the system. It's great. People can play the way that they want. At the same time, it's a little bit gameable, but is what it is until they find perhaps a more refined system for it. But for now, if you're a solo player, you're going up against other people that are trios and having a much easier time anyway. As we run through here, we're just going to keep a lookout. I think that's all of the Great Mullen here. So we're now going to come through here, and we can rotate through into the lobby area, and you'll find a lot of Great Mullen down here as well. So someone's already on the bastion. That's something we need to consider. But they usually spawn about every 8 minutes. So we should have enough time if we miss the first one. The most important thing, we want to get this Great Mullen. This will not respawn. And if we can get any pops at wasps that spawn around here, that would be pretty nice as well. Because the wasps don't spawn in massive amounts on this map. That's something to consider as well. Honestly, it's better just to kill the shredder instead of trying to run around. We got a loot here anyway. If we can clear this space up for us to loot a little bit safer, it's more than worth the time to do. I'm going to bother looting it. Just trying to be quick here. There's a wasp there, so if we could get that kill, that would be great. Mind it just blew into a wall and exploded on itself. Happens. It is what it is. More Great Mullen here. A bunch around on this area as well. Should be getting closer to the 3-star now. Have another shredder to deal with though. It's just gonna have to be the way it is. Play around this pillar, no problem. Dead, okay. So, you know, Great Mullen is a non-replenishable thing. It's just you could loot it at the start before anybody else. And then we can move on to the Bastion, which has the longest spawn time. Then the wasps, and then the pops, ticks, right? You want to get those spawns cycling in as soon as humanly possible. Going to be the most efficient way. There we go. We've got the 3-star trial. If you don't find enough down here, there is more down there as well, and some up on the upper balconies. So now what we want to do is go to loading bay. So what you can do is take a shortcut here. If you roll off the edge of that, you will take a little bit of damage, but it's a little bit easier way to do it. You can grab onto that shipping container right from the top, but I always feel like that's the wrong way. That can be a little bit more challenging. Now, as we come through loading bay, there can be wasps that spawn here, so we've got to keep an eye out on that. But we're really making our way to the bastion. Can't hear it right now, which may mean somebody's already killed it. Got a lot of ticks here. May as well take them down whilst we're here. You know, may as well. Whilst we're here, we can see the progress on that. Oh, we've already got the 4K. There we go. That's super, super easy. You don't need to prioritize that whatsoever. It really is super, super straightforward. Right, the Bastion's already dead. So we've got a spawn timer. We're going to need to wait about, what, another 4 minutes for the next one to spawn in. That is not a problem. only need to kill 2. So in the meantime, we can look at trying to find wasps. So we are going to basically just be cycling through the lobby and atrium area. So we're going to come through this way, walking towards the east side, and we're just going to be running around, just waiting, being in vicinity of the bastion so we can get there before other people, of course. We're just checking the spawns here. Are there any wasps spawn? No. Okay, so we'll come through here now. Check lobby, and we're just going to go back and forth. Because once you are in PvE lobbies, the biggest threat is just trying to beat other players to it, honestly. Look. No, nothing. Okay, so then we're going to go back through the lobby now. And we're just going to do this route over and over again, essentially waiting for those wasps to cycle through the spawns. Get it and aim it right here. Is a little bit tricky. You can't... Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's a hard one to get right. You need a bit of a run-up, really. Anyway, what we can do is come back through this way. And we're just going to do a circle around the map, essentially. Waiting for these wasps to spawn. In the meantime, if you wanted to get like a high score on the ticks and fireballs, you could absolutely do that. It's something to consider. You know, they'll be spawning all over the place. They really do. There's a lot in Sandbox, a lot in Cultural Archives. Have ticks. There's a lot in Seed Vault. Really farmable trial. Right, the bastion's still there. No wasps here yet. Okay. No problem then. Now go back up. You can see all the wasp spawns. So people have been farming here, but the good thing is the longer we stay in the map, the less people there'll be. People usually quit pretty early on, to be honest. Oh. So that's no problem. Back through this way. And I'm just going to keep cycling this, and I guess we'll skip till we find the first wasps. Or bastions. Unfortunately, I had a problem. I had a glitch. This happens sometimes on Stella Montis. The bastion spawns inside the roof and you cannot kill it. In this case, you're just going to have to leave and try again. I decided, you know, I didn't have much luck with the bastion and it would be easier to do the wasps on another map. So considering we had to quit anyway, I thought I'd take my time to a different night mode map. And you could do the same. Either way, you only need to kill one bastion with a deadline to get both the trials this week. So it's super, super easy. So whether you do it on Stella or not, it doesn't matter. I decided to do the rest of the trials on damn battlegrounds at night. I went to the hydroponics area. There's a bastion that spawns there. There's also one at primary facility. Now, the best thing you could do to take down the bastion if you've got the deadline is to shoot the bastion, get it to come as close to you as possible from whatever building you're hiding in, shoot the knee to disable it temporarily, and then that gives you a short window of time to go and stick the deadline on the bastion. Weirdly enough, the bastion didn't die here. I think I needed to place it a little bit closer to the core. That would have killed it. Either way, we took down the bastion and we got enough points for the 3-star trial for both the 2 different trials here, which is pretty cool. And then at that point, you just need to eliminate 11 wasps, which is not really too difficult on any outside map because they spawn like crazy. I would suggest bringing an anvil with a lot of ammo, or maybe like a renegade, because then if you kill the hornets, you can replenish the ammo from the hornets that you destroy. Otherwise, you may end up running out of ammo if you are struggling to hit your shots, especially longer range. But either way, you only need to kill 11 wasps in a night raid, which isn't too difficult, and then you can leave and all of your trials are done for the week. I hope you found this useful. If you did, let me know, and I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.